Guys, it's a beautiful Monday morning, 20th of March, 2023. So we had some massive moves on Friday on gold. So I'm just going to go through and look at what actually happened because we've got this situation with SVB and, looking at the news, Credit Suisse senior bonds rally in a rescue deal, basically. So Friday we had a huge move in gold. Just looking at gold now, obviously it's gone right up and it's broken 2000 level. It's pulled back now with a bit of profit taking. But this is weekly charts. Look what happened last week. Now this move here from here to here, from 1880 to 1980, it's $100 move in 1 week up. There's even a gap there, you can see. If you go on the daily chart, we're looking at a bit of a pause now, back down to 1985. But this is unusual, very unusual with gold. Normally gold will move significantly with the news. However, there wasn't really any news on Friday morning. There's news coming up in the afternoon. However, it hasn't really reacted before the news actually took place. So, we've had a massive move basically since. We go back to the 8th of March, which was 12 days ago. We got such a move. So silver is following, doing the same sort of thing. The dollar hasn't really dropped that much. You say about the 23rd, 15th of March, then we had a big move up in the dollar, but it's starting to drop again. You see, so we've got to wait and see what happens really with that. But just wanted to have a look really because I'm in gold, waiting for a pullback really to get back in, but it's a bit tricky at the moment to predict the markets. My bots are all off on gold now. I put them off on Friday morning. I haven't turned them back on again because I just want to see what happens and see what happens with gold, whether it plays out, whether it pops down, goes back up again. Who knows? The bots could be making profit at the moment, but I'm going to be a bit more cautious today because when you look at this on the 15-minute chart, technically, if we see 1970 odd, 1975, that's a possible buy, but you look at it on the daily chart and we could be at the top for another pullback, or at least a pause before it goes higher. But with this sort of momentum, I think there's a possibility it will go to all-time highs now. We have interest rate decisions this afternoon, so tomorrow afternoon, UK time. Okay, so it's on Wednesday, interest rates. That was on Tuesday before, so what was going on? FX book. Yeah. Okay, so Fed interest rate decision is in 2 days. Okay, so it's on Wednesday. We have existing home sales today, so sorry, tomorrow. But look, now it's possibly pumping back up again. But this is the thing. It could be okay for bot trading, but I feel that the bots need to be off at the moment just to see what happens, how it settles, what happens with the price, and because what we don't want to do is get caught in trades. Because the way the bot works, it will be shorting on the way up, and if you're in trades down the bottom and it's shorting here, then you're going to get caught in these trades all the way up. So you have to get out down here really before it rallies completely, as we saw on Friday. But normally it's okay. But because of these banks collapsing, that is what's really driving gold at the moment, because it's a safe haven. You know, I mean, look at the gold against the pound. It's actually just hit all-time highs. I mean, that went right up to 1648, not quite 1650, but 1650 pounds is, I don't think gold's ever been that expensive before against the pound, but that's because the pound is weak against the dollar. So the dollar looks like it's starting to weaken a bit more. So look at that on the weekly chart. So there's a possibility of the dollar, I mean, it's a bit of support there, but we all know this is fundamental driven rather than technical analysis. I mean, you can use technical analysis a little bit. Look at oil, down to $64. So, you know, I did get a recommendation last week actually to buy some oil. And I thought, no, I'm not taking that risk at the moment because you might be better off shorting oil. It's too late now. I mean, shorting, you want to be shorting up here, obviously, you know, but palladium, I'm just waiting on palladium now. So it should, in theory, follow gold. It's a bit slower to get there, but at some point, you know, when gold has a big pullback, then possibly the money will go into other metals, probably silver first, actually, to start with. So watching silver, actually in silver. I'm in profit in silver at the moment, so I'm just seeing what's happening with that. Tesla, I was waiting for a bit of a pullback on Tesla, but again, stocks for me at the moment, I'm not necessarily going to be jumping on stocks. Now, if I'm already in stock, then that's a different story. But crypto is another one. Now, crypto has gone up quite a bit recently. Well, Bitcoin has, but the others haven't quite followed yet. So I mean, look at Bitcoin, it's right up to 28,000. Okay, so it's better to own Bitcoin than any other crypto at the moment. So if you look at the chart for Ethereum Bitcoin, so at the moment, this is when you want to be selling your Ethereum and buying your Bitcoin. So Ethereum actually is has moved more than Bitcoin. You can see on that chart, which is Ethereum against Bitcoin. So basically, it might be a time to sell some Ethereum and buy some Bitcoin in my portfolio. My portfolio for crypto is not big these days. I don't worry about it too much because it's so volatile. I got out of all my Ethereum back in, well, it's Ethereum pound that I'm trading really. So I got out most of it around about here Didn't quite get the top, but never mind. At least I got out up here. Because then obviously we've seen a massive drop in crypto. But it seems to be going back up again. Need to look on the weekly charts really for crypto to sort of see it. I mean, Litecoin still quite cheap. I mean, Sheep, Solana. See, all these charts look the same, more or less. Ripple. You see, Ripple, Tron, Solana, Sheep, Litecoin, Ethereum. They all look, well, Dodge will look the same, yep. They all look the same. So, in theory, they might follow what Bitcoin does. So, Bitcoin is king at the moment in terms of crypto. But then, what might happen is a lot of Bitcoin will move into the next one, the next crypto on the list. You know, which is Ethereum, really. I mean, it looks like Ethereum's already moved quite a lot already. Let's have a look at some stocks. I mean, Coinbase, again, will follow crypto. So that looks quite like a nice chart, really, with Coinbase. I am in Coinbase. Nvidia. That's doing pretty well. Tesla. Again, I am waiting on the weekly. I got in down here before and I got out sort of on the way up. So Galactic, SpaceX, Virgin Galactic Holdings, not looking great. That's probably because of this. Okay. This is the trouble. It's range of negative 135 million to negative 145 million. GM Motors, it's not looking good. But if you believe in GM, could be a time. Meta, now Meta, obviously it's a massive drop. Just seen that Meta actually are not looking at. I've got a phone call coming in. They are looking at. They've actually dropped NFTs now, which I read earlier briefly. But you know, they're talking NFTs of art NFTs, really. The thing is with NFTs and blockchain, it's modern technology. It's gonna support and help so many businesses out there. It's just when it does, when people understand it and use it within business a lot more. So Apple not really doing a lot. UPS. Okay, PayPal. PayPal's very cheap at the moment. But there are other options these days other than PayPal. It's the thing. So, buy Netflix here. I put this on a little while ago. Okay, it's back down to that buy here level. Amazon. Okay, FTSE. PXY. So when you see the pound, it's been right down there. It's come back up. So that goes the opposite way to the FTSE. right up there and it's come back down. You see, so I did have some shorts on with FTSE. However, I got out of them pretty quickly because I wasn't sure which way it was going to go. You can never be sure which way it's going to go. Okay. So for this week, really, obviously I'm waiting on gold again. You know, I'm a heavy gold trader. My main trade though really is silver, because if gold goes, then there's a possibility, more of a chance that silver will go too. Okay, that concludes my session today.